Hello. So today, this unit, we're going to be learning fractions. So all aspects of fractions, more like the main aspect of fractions, and which will basically be what are fractions, examples of fractions, simplifying, adding, subtract, the basic operations, comparison, and other problem solvings. And at the end of this lesson, well, maybe not this lesson, but there will be like a giant test at the end of the unit. So let's get started. So first of all, let me move that tracker over there. What are fractions? Well, imagine there's a pie. Just say it's separated into equal pieces, like pieces that are the same. So there's 4 pieces, right? And then John comes along. He takes one of this piece. Oh no, hold on a second. And then he takes one of the piece, eats it, and walks away. So now, what's left over is a fraction. It's a part of the whole, which used to be 4 pieces. John took one piece and walked away and basically consumed it. And what we have left is 3 pieces. There used to be 4. Yes? Which means now this is a fraction. The remainder of the pie that hasn't been eaten yet is 3/4, 3/4 of the original of the original pie. So now, do you think how much did John eat? Pause here if you want to figure it out. John, so there's 3/4 left over, right? And 4/4 will equal to 1 whole, because if you add another piece there, magically reappears, then you get the whole pie again. However, this piece was taken, so 3 to 4. There is 1 piece missing, which means John ate 1/4 of the pie. Yes? And this is basically fractions. Now, onto some more technical things. So 3 line 4. So what do you think this 3 is? Oh god, hold on. What the hell is happening? Okay, so what do you think this 3 is? As you may know, some of you may know this, it's a numerator, which is the number or the part that remains, and it's just on the top, the part that remains. Yes? So now, this part down here, it's called the denominator. It's basically how many parts are in the whole thing. So like, for example, for this pie, there are 4 pieces, which is how many parts there are in order to make a whole. Yes. So let me edit that. Hold on. So the whole number of parts, and then this middle line here, it's something called a vinculum. Now, a vinculum basically means divide, which means this literally says 3 divided by 4. Yes, that's the basic explanation that you will need to know right now. Well, let me clear this. Now, let me drag our lesson plan out. So, what are fractions? And that was an example. Let's have some more examples. So, this one will be asking you about yourself. Let's just do that. 5. Yes, this should be 5. So, actually, yes, 6. So, there's 6 white tablets, sticky pads in total right now, right? So then, our good old friend Johnny comes along and takes 2 with him. He's got incredible arms, and basically this happens. Doof, doof. Ate him or something. Anyways, so there used to be 6, right? So you just learn a denominator. How many parts in total? And there's 6 right now, right? There used to be 6. However, and then 6 means how many parts there are. Remainder. It used to be when there were all of them together, there were 6. However, John took 2, which subtract 2. And if, as you may all guess, that would equal to a simple result of 4. So 4/6. That is a fraction what's left over. Now, a brief insight into our next session will be our 4/6 buddy, right? It would equal to 2/3 because you can divide. Oh God, this is the right sign, and then you can divide by 2 on top and bottom. Since you can do that, it's still equivalent. So let's separate. I'll show you guys what I mean. Let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. And then 1, 2, 3. So each part of this, each part of a third, as we all, you should know, it's like, since this is equal to that, right? Instead of 6, this thing is separated into 3 parts, which basically means that each of the 3 parts, 6 divided by 3, is equal to 2 of the 6 parts. And that means that, so now, Johnny, the bad boy, comes along and erase that, right? So that's what we have left. You will literally be basically erasing one of these. Now, if you come, my diagram is horrible, but if you have like a perfect diagram, wait, hold on. I think that might be another way to solve this. And okay. Add. Actually, no, I didn't need that much. So this one only. Oh, I need to edit this again. Hold on. So let's just say O. So that's 6 right there, yes? That will equal to 2, right? So as we can see, Let's yeah, that's stupid. So let's just presume that this is one piece, right? Each of these are one piece, and each of these are one piece, and each of these are and each of these are one piece. As we can see, basically we have same amount. Well, like there's three. Well, like I mean, so one, two. So on the part of what? Like there's 6 here. That's like that is equal to that on length. Which in this case, I'll just assume that's equal in numbers too, because it's impossible to draw one long straight line. Surely, maybe not. Hold on. No, it's not possible, is it? Yeah, this is much better. So yes, so you can see, despite that fact that there's 3 here but 6 there, we can see each one of these parts is equal to 2 of those parts, and they're so equal. Now, Johnny took away these. Now, that is worth 2. There used to be 6, right? So now, what's left over? If you, from last time's knowledge, there will be 4 6 left. Yes? However, and then this side gets taken away by the same amount. Now they're still equal. Except now, there's 4 6. There's 4 6 because 2 has been taken away. And this one, 3. 1 has been taken away. So this is 2 3. 2/3. So from this we can, and if you move into my not so good diagram, this is what visually happens. So 2 3 equals 4 6. This is simplifying fractions. You can divide both sides by the same thing. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. And you can go the reverse way too. Can I change color? Yes. Times 2. And then from so that to that is so then that to that times 2. Yes. So basically that will be next class knowledge, in which I will cover with more examples, but now let's just focus on this. Hold on a second. Let me rub it all out. Clear all. Oh, that worked. Oh, crap. Just erase everything. It's alright. And let's take another example. We can leave poor Johnny like safe. We can leave poor Johnny off of this life now. This time we can take Henry. Yes. So there'll be 5 in this one, right? 5 apples, shall I say? Henry comes along. Now he is an old man. He's not walking stick, right? They need. Let's just say this. Hey, this is the shop, and then in the shop there are 5 apples. Old Johnny's like, I don't want apples. So then he decides he's hungry. He buys 1, 2, 3 apples. So from last time's knowledge, we can conclude there's how much parts in total. Pause here if you want to figure it out yourself, then resume to check your answers. 5. Exactly. And then which means the top, they originally used to be 5. But old Johnny took away 3. So we need to find what remains. Which in this case, that means there will be 2 remaining out of the original 5 apples. Now, can we try a challenge now? How much did Johnny take? We'll see if you want to figure it out yourself. Johnny took 3/5 of the apple. If you think about it, there was 5 apples originally. Five parts of a whole. Yes. And then he took away those 3. He took away 3. So then that would be 3 that he took. Not what remains, but what he took. You must understand this in problem solving. Out of the 5 that was originally there. Okay, and off Johnny goes to his home. And yes, I think that should be it for today. Thank you all and see ya.